Living in foster care isn't always easy, but it's not the only thing about me either. There are lots of different things that make me, me. I don't usually tell anyone about it. Only my very best friends know. I find it embarrassing when people have lots of questions that I don't really want to answer. It's not that I'm very different, but I do have to have meetings about me, and that's annoying when I want to do something else. I have lived with my foster family for 4 years now. The same one. They aren't my first foster family though. I'm happy here. The moving bit of being in foster care is the hardest part. Packing all your stuff and taking it somewhere new. Some stuff may get lost or not fit into your new room. I have moved 6 times, and that was all before I was 10. I lived with my mum and my nan first. That was a disaster though, because they would argue all the time, so mum left me with nan. Then she came and got me and I went to live with her. Then my nan again, and then my mum and her boyfriend. I remember from this part of my life. His name was Dave and he was horrible. He shouted all the time at me and my mum. He didn't let me out often, and I didn't get to see my nan. I didn't have any friends at school and I never had the right uniform. I was always hungry. I used to cry at home time, and then one day I told Mrs. Birchall all about how mean he was. She asked me questions about it and I went to live with my first family. They were okay, I guess, but I wasn't there long. They had a nice dog though. I went back to my mum because she promised Dave didn't live there anymore. He did though. He wasn't any better. I hated it, and he was actually even nastier. He told me it was my fault that my mum was upset all the time. I had made her choose, and nice children don't do that. He told me not to say that he still lived there. I didn't have to say anything because he was so stupid that people knew he was there. People could hear his loud shouty voice telling mum to shut up. Mrs. Birchall saw the finger marks on my arm, so she made sure I moved again. I wasn't surprised really. This time was a really busy house. Sometimes there were 6 children there. They were all nice, but I hated all the noise. I used to try and be the loudest. I didn't tell them I didn't like it there. I didn't want to move again. Moving is the worst part of it. I spoke to my social worker, who's a bit of a pain sometimes, but really quite nice. She talked to me about never going home to my mum. I guess mum had made her choice. My social worker talked to me about what sort of family I wanted. I drew pictures and stuff about it. She actually matched me pretty good. I have one older sister who is proper moody sometimes, but we have our own room so we can avoid each other. And when we argue, we sort it out in the family, not scream and chuck stuff. They have a dog and I live near a school and my friends. I call them mum and dad, and no one knows any different unless I tell them. I'm sure I'll see my first mum again. It's not as though I don't think about her. I do. It's just that I've been here ages and I don't want to move again. Because they chose me. This is not the end of me. Bye, Alex.